Oh, what's up, people? Welcome back to an interesting stream today. Our first ever live stream on YouTube. Let's see how many people we get in here. But yeah, we've got comment from Paul. What's up, bro? Share you on screen. How are you doing? Yes, this stream is going to be about Semenyo and Chelsea, so we will get into things. But yeah, first off, thank you everyone that's joining. Just checking different things. And yeah, this is going to be interesting. Our first ever live stream on Chelsea Central. We're still figuring out really how to go with this channel, but yeah, let's tweet out that we're live, get some people in here, and yeah, we'll go from there with the Semenyo stuff. What's up? We got another comment there. Hello, how are you doing? Let me tweet out that we're live. Um, everyone, what's up? And Kunku, the goat troll. Hello, more people here. Oscar, Louis, what's up? Joey, what's up? Good to see you guys. Um, Palmino, what's up? How are you doing? How are you guys doing? Let me just share the link out. Missing playback streams. Well, look, if these go well, maybe this can be the new journey, eh? Let's see. But yeah, I'm missing playback streams as well, to be honest. Big news. It is, Louis. It is big news. But yeah, we'll see where this one goes. But appreciate you guys joining. Um, Don't know. Is everything going right? Let's see if it's live on the channel. Not entirely sure if it is or not. If it's showing up. Live. There we go. It is showing up. What's up? Loan Gittins and get him. Says Nato. Appreciate you joining. Yeah, I don't think we'll loan Gittins, but we'll see. We'll see. Can I remove these? You'll have to mind me, guys, because this is my first stream. I'm trying to move the comments. Let's do regular. There we go. That's better. Match day streams on YouTube. Yeah, maybe. Could be interesting. But yeah, the topic of discussion today, Antoine Semenyo, something that I didn't think would happen, to be honest, in terms of a link. You know, Chelsea had been real sort of, there was nothing, right? Chelsea not going to do anything in January. I even heard that, through Matt Law that, Chelsea couldn't do anything in January because of the restrictions. So, yeah, I mean, interesting one for sure. But it seems like Chelsea have entered the race for Semenyo. £60 million, 65 million in total. I think you got 5 million of add-ons. But yeah, I mean, certainly interesting one to see what happens next. There's a lot of news floating about. 100 people already in here. Appreciate you guys joining. If you are new or you've come from Twitter or anything like that, please subscribe to the channel. We'll try and upload regular videos on here, and let's see. Maybe we'll even do regular live streams if you guys enjoy. 120 in here now. Appreciate everyone. But yeah, I've had a busy day, Christmas shopping and everything, and then we get this, and I'm like, what on earth? So yeah, I'm not not entirely sure where this goes next, but yeah, kind of crazy. We've got Ibrahim in the building. Is that how you say it? Ibrahim? Hopefully, bro. How confident are you that we get him now? Not entirely confident, but I just feel like would Chelsea have really briefed this to the media if they weren't that confident or didn't think they had a really good chance? Because if you think about it, we do this a lot, don't we? Where it's like, we know the reaction of the fan base. So it's would we really put it out there if we hadn't had encouragement from his camp? I mean, Jacob Steinberg's article, which we'll go through, is certainly interesting. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of different variables to this for sure. We have to get Semenyo, says Billy. What do you guys think in terms of the player? Because I'm kind of conflicted, to be honest, on this one. I think he's obviously a very good ball striker, but I actually tweeted out, funny enough, that we'd probably win that Newcastle game if we had him with off the left with the Garnacho chances because he's a really really good ball striker. But yeah, whether or not he can break down low blocks, whether or not he's the best of dribblers. I've seen a bit of him, obviously. He scored 8 goals this season, which is very impressive. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit sort of, I'm probably like 60-40 on it. What do you guys think? I'm probably like 60-40 on it. But bloody hell, 180 people in the building right now. Really appreciate everyone joining. Make sure you subscribe to Chelsea Central. We haven't promoted this too much, but we'll be doing live streams and videos if this goes well today. I thought this was a good time to do it with the news coming out. Shazza is saying, why would City want him if he can't break down a low block? Good point. Although, I don't know. I think there's a bit more of like transitions going this season, isn't there? I think, there's a lot of transitional play, and even us where we like to keep the ball under Maresca, but you even see the Newcastle game when it comes a bit end to end and we have those transition moments. Semenyo could probably be good for that, and City the same. With Doku, they mess a lot of final passes up through Savinho. So yeah, I think it's an interesting one for sure. But obviously, we need to figure out if we are going to fully go for him, which it looks like we will. Is he going to be the best at sort of against settled play? Because that's where we struggle, especially at home. But he does have the pace and power, as you would. What's up, Irvin, George? What's up, Ashraf? What's up? So honestly, guys, really appreciate everyone being in here. Really, this is great that you can pull up the comments. Sort of similar to playback, but you can do it on bigger here. So this is really cool. We've got a Fab video, which is interesting. Should we see if we can watch that? You'll have to bear with me because I'm brand new to this. So yeah, I might just also share the screen link with Con to see if he could join as well, if he wants to. And then we'll get the Fab video up, guys. Just give me 2 seconds. I am still figuring out how to use StreamYard here. This is so new to me, honestly, but it's not too bad, to be honest. So let's message Con real quick, see if he's about, because obviously Con is also a part of this channel. I'm going to ask you guys a question in a minute as well. Send Con the link. Come on, stop lagging. Stop lagging. There we go. Has that sent? Right. Okay. I think that's sent. Fab video. Yes. We'll. I think we can watch it. I don't know. Should I? I don't know if I can or not. I mean, it's on YouTube, so technically, surely you should be able to watch it. Anyone familiar with YouTube in here? Do you know? Has anyone streamed if I can stream other YouTube content? I have no idea. All I know is that I can't show. What do you call it, like Premier League footage or whatever. Hi, Pice, you're cute. Appreciate it. I don't get called cute often. I could play it through my phone. Here is my phone, guys. I could play it through my phone, I suppose. I'm mad length. That's mad. Okay. See if you guys can hear this in a second.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you
posted. Can everyone hear this?
Market today, guys. Several things to mention. It's a crazy battle for Semenyo, and so updates for you and more to say on some talented player, and not only around Europe, on Dani Carvajal. Let's jump into it.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let's get to Semenyo. Chelsea.
Financially, once again, Bournemouth doing something very, very good. More to mention, guys, to answer some of your questions on several other players around Europe. Keep an eye on Anselmino. Now, Anselmino from Chelsea on loan to Borussia Dortmund because he's now. Chelsea are very happy with his progress. Your point of view, maybe there are not so many reports on.
Guys, I'm just going to watch it on YouTube because it's really weird watching on here. But we heard something about Anselmino there. There was a report as well out the other day about Anselmino, Chelsea valuing him very highly. Right, let's go to Fab's YouTube and let's share this thing. I'm sure he won't mind. 3 minutes. Share this tab. There we go. Can everyone see this? I want to make sure this is working right.
For Manchester City, but City are there. City are trying. City are pushing. You updated basically on daily base because there are several things constantly happening. The news of the day is that this morning Chelsea made an inquiry for Antoine Semenyo. Chelsea are in the race for Semenyo. How long is going to be this race? We will see, because I don't think it's going to be a super long race. Remember what I already told you on the channel days ago. £65 million, really close. The player is going to leave Bournemouth. The decision is made. He just has to decide where he goes. But important point, the clause is expiring on the 10th of January. It means that the decision of the player must be as soon as possible in order to prepare the deal with Bournemouth. So what happened is that Chelsea entered the race by talking with the player representatives. Why Chelsea? Many of you can say, yeah, Chelsea have many players up front. That's true, but at the same time, Chelsea were already planning as part of their club decision to add an important player up front in summer 2026. And sometimes the market can be anticipated. Sometimes the market can put opportunities on the table and you have to be maybe aware of that chance. And that's what Chelsea did. Just calling at the moment, not sending any official bid, not starting any official process, but calling to understand what's the situation. They know about the £65 million release clause from Bournemouth, but they also wanted to understand the player request, the player idea, the player vision. And so Chelsea also called for Antoine Semenyo. Manchester United are pushing a lot, as I've been telling you. Manchester City, don't underestimate Manchester City. I know on the media point of view, maybe there are not so many reports on Manchester City, but City are there. City are trying, City are pushing. And so City in the race, United in the race, Chelsea calling, and Liverpool, what happened? Liverpool in November made contact to understand the structure of the release clause, £65 million, how many years to pay. So Liverpool wanted to understand the structure of the deal on player and club side. Then Liverpool didn't proceed so far, but the injury of Alexander Isak, who is going to be out for several months, could change their plans. So these four clubs are all talking.
Okay, so we're in a battle with Liverpool, probably, definitely United and City. It doesn't seem like there's too much into it from what
Antoine
Fab's saying,
Semenyo camp even today, all of them in constant contact, presenting their technical project, presenting their vision, presenting their financial proposals, and try to make it happen for one of the best players in Premier League this year. And so Semenyo case is absolutely heating up. Now, also with Chelsea added to the list, but the battle is more open than ever, with several clubs in. Don't underestimate all of them. The winner, probably, of this story is already Bournemouth, because Bournemouth at this stage are likely to get the £65 million for Antoine Semenyo. The clause was also going to be valid in the summer transfer window, but for way reduced price, around £50 million. And so Bournemouth are going to make more money, but also they have several clubs into the race. And so at this point for Bournemouth, obviously financially is going to be a very good position to be. On a technical point of view, you're losing a fantastic...
Okay, so it sounds like maybe what Matt Law said in terms of the wages might edge things, but it sounds more like project and player vision and things like that. So it's going to be interesting, to be honest. Everyone is presenting a project, like Fab has said. Barmouth, yeah, Fab's accent. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting one. What do you guys think about Semenyo? What do you think that... You know what? I got a question. What do you think Chelsea should offer him in terms of wages? Like, what's the highest you would go for Semenyo? What's the highest you would go? Let us know in the comments. I can't wait for the briefings after we don't get him. That's what's kind of making me a little bit confident, because why put it out there if we're not, you know what I mean? Like, it would just be stupid, but you never know. We got 130, 150, 145, 90k. I think he's on 75 at Bournemouth. So yeah, I think we could definitely go to like 120, 130. That wouldn't even break the wage structure, you know. 180, that is a lot. I don't think I would go to 180 for Semenyo. Maybe like 180 if Semenyo proved himself after a season at Chelsea and he was like one of our key attackers. Yeah. So I'm just going to tweet out all clubs in the race are currently presenting their projects to Semenyo. That's what Fab said. So interesting to see who he chooses and what is actually the truth. Is it more like Matt Law said, which is, again, we'll go back to my page now. Is it more like Matt Law said, where it was like, you know, no certainty Chelsea move, just a call, you know, don't get too excited, basically. Chelsea won't break their wage structure. Matt Law thinks it could effectively be settled by an auction. And in that case, I mean, if Fab is saying about Manchester City, don't underestimate them, then for sure, I mean, in terms of leeway on like PSR and wages, I think they would probably offer the most. It's just, does Semenyo want to live in Manchester? Does he want to play when Pep's future's up in the air? You know what I mean? Like, does he want to join a club which right now is obviously really good, but in the future has so much uncertainty? That's the question. By the way, we've just hit 300 live viewers. That is absolutely crazy, guys, for the first ever YouTube live stream. So please subscribe if you're new. Please subscribe. That's the one thing. You don't have to interact. It's great. I see so many guys interacting, but please subscribe. That will help us out. They put out briefings and not to get numerous players. That is true. I mean, we kind of had that with Simmons. We got played along. We had it with Elise, but just the fact that, like, I don't know, we weren't in it, and then all of a sudden, oh, Chelsea have called, oh, this, that, the other. Like, it's sort of interesting to see where we're going with it. Yes, like the stream, as Joey says. Piss, is that you? Yes, it is me, mate. It is me. But my name is not Piss, but yes, it's me. As you can probably tell by my voice. What's up? What's up, bro? How you doing? How many of you guys here are from Playback, by the way? They'll follow the Playback channel. How many? I noticed that some of you. Definitely Louis. I noticed Louis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Chelsea. I think we're trying to play the underdog. We can't afford to be leaders in a transfer. True. But then I mean the reason why I'm like confident a little bit is because, like I say, we could have just done this underdog gimmick behind the scenes, lost Semenyo, and then been like, oh, by the way, guys, actually we tried for Semenyo. The fact that we're now like, oh, Chelsea, we're trying, it almost makes me think that we've had some kind of encouragement, from Semenyo. But it's interesting. Damn, a lot of you guys are here from Playback. What's up, everyone? How are you doing? This is better than Spaces. It is better than Spaces for sure. It's better than Spaces. It's just it's a confidence thing on camera. It's I don't know, a doing well thing. How do these streams do? It's going well so far, though. Appreciate everyone joining. How will they play him? How will Chelsea play him? Well, I mean, I asked that straight away when I saw the story. I was like, this doesn't make sense, right? Gittins, Garnacho, but it seems more like Chelsea have seen him as a versatile attacker. I've even heard that Chelsea see him as a striker as well. So that is interesting. I mean, we know he's got good ball striking, but as a striker, I've not really seen him play there too much. We've got so many comments, by the way, guys. Appreciate you all. Jason saying you're doing well. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Do you reckon Gittins goes on loan? No, I think if Gittins was like 30 mil, maybe, but the fact he's like 55 mil. We had these things about Mudryk before in the past, right? Fans were like, do you reckon we should send him on loan? The price tag doesn't allow loans for that type of player. I think we'll keep him. But yeah, I mean, if we sign Semenyo now, we have a lot of attackers, like a lot of attackers for the rest of the season. Probably arguably one too many, but it's better to have one too many than one too short, especially when it's a quality player like this, I think. So yeah. What other comments are here? He's strong, good hold up for sure. I mean, that's one of the things I think Chelsea have briefed, actually, haven't they? Through Jacob Steinberg today. So let's read this article then. Let's read the article of Jacob Steinberg. So let's zoom this in a bit so we can see it better. So obviously the line is obviously Chelsea made an inquiry, and then 65 million release clause. Liverpool being mentioned is interesting. Now, if Liverpool go in for him, do you think we can still get him? I personally always saw him go to Liverpool, especially with the Isak injury. Do they play? I don't know. I guess it does Liverpool see him as a striker? I don't know. Like, he's not really an Isak replacement, is it? Like, doesn't seem like it anyway. Chelsea were not regarded as a likely destination, but have contacted the players' camp. There is optimism at Stamford Bridge that the Ghana international will be interested in joining. Chelsea hopes Semenyo, who's from London, will appreciate their long-term project and see an opportunity to make an immediate impact at the club. Now, that line is interesting. That's probably, like, in terms of a brief, the most positive we've seen so far today. In terms of this report specifically is, I don't know whose Jacob's source is, but he's saying that there's actually optimism coming out of Chelsea that he could be interested here, and the second line almost contradicts that. Like, Chelsea hope Semenyo will appreciate their project, but then the line above, Chelsea, there is optimism he's interested. Which one is it? Is he interested or is he not? Do we hope or he is, you know? He's not away at AFCON because Ghana didn't even qualify, which is crazy. So Jacob's source is Con. Big up to Ben Jacobs, to be fair. He was the first one to report it today. So yeah, gonna be an interesting one. I wonder when this will get settled. You know what's interesting? I mean, it doesn't make too much of a difference, but if you think about it, we play Bournemouth, I think, on next Tuesday. So maybe there's some type of, I don't know, if he still hasn't made a decision by then, maybe there's some type of, you know, thing we can do there to get him over the line with the player. Maybe a little Reece James and DI moment, who knows? He has this clause until January the 10th, though. So even though it sounds like, you know, it's going to be a quick decision, it might not be. It might drag on. It might drag on. How's it going to impact our standing with UEFA? So this is where it comes to what Ornstein said. And it sounds like, from his information, that we are, if it won't affect too much because we'll be bringing forward a signing from the summer to January. So we won't be signing an attacker in the summer, and instead it will be accelerating the plans. So it wouldn't make too much of a difference because we'd just sell someone, I guess, in the summer instead. So yeah. Egg Barley going to give the ball. Oh my God, I'm not reading that one out. Con has entered the studio. Here we go. Hello, Con. How are we doing?
Hello. 1 second. 1 sec.
How are we doing, bro? Is Semenyo seen as a winger or a striker for us? I think he's seen as everything, bro. I think he's seen as everything. A winger, a striker. Yeah. He kind of plays across all flanks. I guess the left wing is his best position, but because he has such good ball striking, I think there's a chance for him to play all positions. Con, look at this. We've got all these comments. Lovely stuff. Let's go. First live stream. We've had great support so far. It's been a really good stream.
Nice, bro.
Yeah, so we're just obviously talking about Semenyo and maybe what could happen with this one. Are you surprised? Like, I guess like everyone else, that this has just come out of nowhere?
I am, bro. I am, because I really like him.
Yeah. That's what's making me a little bit like, I wish this didn't come out because I actually really want him, to be honest. Knowing the way we play, I think we both said that we'd probably win that game against Newcastle. We had him. The positions we got in, you know, it was someone that just really needed to be there to finish them chances for that ball striking. Garnacho's just too inconsistent on the left.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, for me, this doesn't make sense for Chelsea because he's the type of player we all want to sign, man. Like, this is the kind of player we want. They don't normally do this, so I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, let's go back to the Jacob article. So again, this is obviously from Chelsea's side of things. A bit of reasoning why we might be interested. The view at Chelsea is that Semenyo would give their squad a different dimension. Semenyo would offer an added aerial threat, which is interesting, and enviable pace and power, which is, I think, what we mentioned as one of his biggest attributes. He's certainly someone that, obviously, in terms of Premier League, doesn't need any adaptation. He's just plug and play. And like you say, Con, we don't sign these plug and play players very often. You know, like I think there's a very small possibility that he comes here and doesn't do well. Like, I think he would do well, especially with our attackers around him. I mean, he scored 8 goals for Bournemouth this season, and yeah, you can say maybe someone like Delap scored 12 for Ipswich and is terrible for us, but just as a player, I think Semenyo does suit a lot of how we play, to be honest.
Yeah, and when you look at some of our best signings, bro, Cole Palmer, Moises Caicedo, Cucurella.
Yeah.
What do they have in common, bro?
I don't know. Can't remember off the top of my head. What is it?
All signed from Premier League clubs.
Yeah, true. Semenyo in a video said he played as a 9. He's definitely interesting. I mean, he played for Bristol City, right? I don't know what positions he played for them, but maybe it was more looking to that. But he's got the ball striking for it. He's got the physicality for it. He's got the pace for it. I'm sure he's got the movement for it. You know, and interesting. This brief mentions the aerial threat. It's interesting there. Smash the like button. Yes, big up Blues Empire. Smash the like button and hit the subscribe. And I'd probably say the biggest thing is turning on post notifications. If we are to do these live streams and videos, we need the post notifications on. It's so big for YouTube because sometimes they don't, alert you through normal sub boxes. But if you have that notification bell on, it certainly does send a message like a notification to your phone or laptop. How are the sporting directors not getting sacked for this? 90 million on left wings and already trying to fix the issue. Well, that's another debate, isn't it, Louis? I mean, we signed 2 left wingers. Gittins was out of the squad against Newcastle, and that was interesting. But yeah, there's a bigger debate to be had, isn't there? It almost seems like we're trying to rectify an issue that we've already caused, an expensive issue. But as Ornstein does say, that we already intended to sign one attacker next summer. So I don't know. I just didn't think it would be a winger. I thought maybe more so as a number 10, but then I was also thinking, remember those like briefs we had about Esteval being a 10 long term? Maybe that opens up a slot for a winger. Maybe Neto goes. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, no, I said a similar thing because obviously Esteval's camp think he's a 10. Maresca says that he thinks he's a 10, so
yeah. I guess obviously Palmer, do we play double 10s? How would that do defensively? I don't know. And yeah, like Louis says, Kenda's coming as well, which is very exciting. Unfortunately, he's quite injured lately, hasn't he? I think he's done something to his leg or something. He's out until March, so that's not great. But yeah, the pre-agreed Chelsea signing's already hitting the curse. You got not Gittins, obviously he's here. Kenda and Omega are out injured, so bloody nightmare. The Chelsea curse. Neto better start learning Arabic. I don't know, man. Like I think Neto is kind of underrated for us, but yeah, I do see. I mean, some of you guys were mentioning the UEFA sanctions. There's probably a case to say that he could be quite a big sale for that sort of UEFA sanctions. But if Maresca's still here, I can't see how he would like Neto to go. He's one of his main players, so.
Yeah, no, I think if you ask Maresca, who are 2 of your most important players? Sad guys, I think it's Gusto and Neto.
Gusto for sure, and Neto. I mean, maybe with different signings, he could be like, okay, well, Kenda can do Neto's roll off the ball because he played wing back. Maybe Semenyo can do it. I don't really know. Like, I've obviously seen Semenyo's goals, but I'm not going to pretend to watch loads of Bournemouth games and say that I know everything about him. I don't know how much he tracks back. I don't know what his pressing's like. I don't really know. So I just know he's got a very good finish and he's very quick. I mean, on transitions, he cooks. I think he'd be quite a good fit for Man United, in all honesty, with the way they play. But yeah, don't Laura or Jacobs recently say UEFA sanctions isn't an issue moving forward? I've not seen that, but there's definitely the cost ratio in UEFA and also Premier League. We have to be careful, I think, in terms of buying and selling. George gone. Well, he was gone without this rumour, to be honest, this link. I mean, who knows? I mean, if we sign Semenyo, he does choose us, £60 million. We get how much do you think we can get for George? Like 35, 30, something like that?
More 25 to 20, I think.
Maybe less. I don't know. Yeah. He hasn't played a lot recently, so that's going to be an interesting one. His coach, donate Gittins to Bournemouth for Semenyo. I would do that. I would totally do that. But it's not going to happen. 25 pure profit. It will be pure profit, whatever case, yeah. A lot of you guys saying 30, 25, 20. Okay. 27 to 29 with add-ons. Funny enough, we always say 25, 30, 20, but it is always a weird number like that, isn't it? 24.2 plus 2.7 add-ons. Something like that. But yeah, I mean, obviously, don't think there's much else in this story. Okay, so it mentions, obviously, the attacking options we have. And then it prefaces but saying, despite of all these options, the club likes Semenyo's versatility and the fact he's proved himself in the Premier League. He can play on both flanks and as a striker. So that's Chelsea's view of things as well, which is interesting. And yeah, whatever Iraola says, this guy's. I don't think he's staying for the rest of the season. I mean, could you see Chelsea do something where it's like we'll do like a pre-agreement or something? I don't know. Hopefully not, because that would be a real
I
bummer.
think so though, bro, because obviously
Yeah.
they're not going to want to pay the release clause up front, right? So if they can pay a little bit more, and with that deal, they keep Semenyo for the rest of the season.
That would probably win them over in terms of Bournemouth's end, but I think there's obviously a lot about the player as well, and that's what Nizar said here a couple of hours ago. Bournemouth themselves would welcome a pre-agreement buyback, a buy or loan back, so they could keep him until the end of the season. It could be attractive for Chelsea, but it is attractive to the player. That's the thing. How badly does he want to move and play straight away in January for a top club? Anyone can have a bad game, but we do need experienced players. This would certainly represent a bit of a shift, though, I think, in terms of, I don't know, I was going to say the policy, but then again, if we sign him, we'll be sticking to our wage policy no matter what, because we ain't going above a certain wage. And he's 26. That's probably like at the top end of what we would buy in terms of age. Sanchez was like 25 when we bought him, or 26, I think. But yeah, Tyreek sold to Bournemouth. I mean, bro, that could be an option for sure. We could work something out, club to club. Could be an option. We do try and do that a lot in negotiations. It very rarely comes off, but we definitely try. Look who's here, Con. Nonny Seasons made it to YouTube.
Nonny Season,
What's
let's
up,
go. I think he was in Gems as well.
Appreciate everyone joining. We've got over 300 viewers, which is crazy for our first ever stream. Appreciate you guys joining. And like I said, hit the sub button and turn on post notifications. Loving the interactivity though. I really enjoy these comments, bringing them up. It's just so easy and smooth.
I didn't realize on StreamYard we don't have to be on YouTube. We can actually see the comments in here.
Yeah, we can just stay here. Yeah, I can just flick between tabs. It's really good. Where's Liam? Hopefully we can get Liam on at some point. Only here for Con, not Pice. Well, at least you're here for one of us, eh? At least you're still here. Do you think we get him? I don't know. I'm conflicted. In one hand, I'm like confident because I don't think Chelsea would put all these briefs out if we hadn't had some sort of encouragement. But the other hand, I think it depends more on City and United even. I mean, I've seen Fabrizio said that United are willing to change the system to convince Semenyo. I mean, that's just mental. They seem like they're moving mountains for him, and we don't know how much we're really moving for him at the moment. So, yeah. Semenyo, João Pedro, Estevao is a good front three. We'll have lots of options for sure. I do agree though. He definitely adds like a different dimension to our play. Like he adds a bit more of a we don't have someone that's like really powerful in our front three because people say Delap's powerful, but he just doesn't use whatever strength he has correctly, whereas Semenyo does. We don't have an attacker like that, which is why I don't mind it too much. But yeah, what other reports have come out over the last sort of couple of hours? Obviously, that one about Matt Law's wage structure. I mean, this one was like going kind of all in on it. Kieran Gill and Jack, who's the Man City reporter for the Daily Mail, doing a joint article. Chelsea are attempting to snatch Semenyo off the Manchester clubs. Chelsea came to the table on Monday evening after the player spent a day off weighing up Manchester clubs. Semenyo was born in West London and has an affiliation with Chelsea. What is the affiliation? Is it just that he was born in Chelsea? Like
he loved Drogba, bro.
Yeah, true. I did see that.
He loved Drogba a lot. So.
I've seen some people say he's an Arsenal fan, but like, I mean, he was born in literally Chelsea. Like, I mean, it's kind of crazy, you know. It's kind of crazy. Hopefully that could play a factor. And yeah, apparently it also like surprised Semenyo, I think, that he was basically spending the day, and then Chelsea just arrived, took the player by surprise. So that might be a good thing, He was born next to Stamford Bridge. He was literally born in Chelsea. Yeah. I honestly, when I first saw that, I thought it was like a Wikipedia edit, but no, apparently it is. It's the Drogba Paul. Drogba's helped us with too many signings, man. Too many signings. We should go for Rodgers instead. I don't think that's realistic, to be honest. Certainly not in January. He's playing great lately, but yeah. I think he has a release clause in the summer, although I don't know what the amount is.
Are you happy with 65 million for him, Pies?
I'd like to pay 50 plus 5, but I think with his stats and like the market nowadays, I mean, you talk about 55 for Gittins and 65 for Semenyo, for example. I mean, you're taking that all day, even though both are probably a little bit of an overpay.
Fair.
I think.
Yeah, in this market, I don't think it's crazy personally.
It's not crazy. It's a bit like top end, but yeah, I don't know. It's probably just about borderline where I'd be comfortable, depending on how he does, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, we spent 90 million on Arse, so yeah. You know what? With all the hate for Garnacho lately, the fact that he's still much better than Gittins, and I'd much rather see Garnacho with the amount I didn't want him in the summer, says a lot about Gittins for me. Like, at least Garnacho makes the movement. At least he's a chance magnet, At least he gets involved and has shots. Gittins is just there, Just doesn't get involved in the play enough. He doesn't have that movement like Garnacho. So, yeah. After watching Garnacho Gittins, I'd pay 100 mil, to be honest. Gittins, another Shield masterclass. Oh, look who's here as well, Rolander, the coach. Personally, Gittins is on and off in games. I feel like he needs a run of games with confidence. Yeah, I guess that's both applies to not even just our wingers, it applies to most of our squad, to be honest. I think.
That's true. Yeah.
Hato's probably in that category as well, but when we have Cucurella, probably
I
not
think
going to get that.
What's worse for the wingers, bro, is the system is kind of tailor-made for them. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Us being the only non-Northern team in the race is a big advantage. It's a big advantage in some ways because he is, from London and specifically West London and specifically Chelsea, born here. But a lot is going to really depend on wages, and a lot's going to really probably depend on. I think the release clause structure is what we don't know too much about. We know the price, but is it all in one go? Is it like how many installments is it in? Because that can really separate the difference between who gets him. For me, it does in a lot of deals. Who's more sort of financially hamstruck than others right now? Who can pay it in 1 or 2 goes? Who wants to pay it in 1 or 2 goes or 3? Player Semenyo comp price. Unfortunately, that's the one thing we can't do on YouTube because otherwise we'll get copyrighted. But everything else is looking good on here so far. Maresca, I need a centre back squad directors. Here comes Semenyo. Fuck's sake. I mean, who knows? I mean, I highly doubt that Maresca's like that happy with the attackers either. So probably wouldn't mind Semenyo, to be honest.
It's kind of crazy that we spent 100 mil on that side. And here we are, not even 6 months later, celebrating the fact of even being linked with Semenyo. Shows how bad of a job they've done, bro. It's really bad. Really, really bad.
He probably would have been more in the summer, but like still, how much more would he have been? Like, could we have just signed him in the summer and then signed, I don't know, like a young one with him? Like, why do we have to? Just the way we do things sometimes hurts my head.
You're asking them to be logical, bro. You're asking them to be competent at what they do. Like, Pies, how dare you question them, bro? Let them sign the 16-year-old. Let them bring Gittins and Garnacho, and then look at signing Semenyo a few months later.
Literally. Go on Amram Error page speaks about installment, does it?
That's Frank, right?
Oh yeah, Frank, that's it. Yeah, he's a decent account to be fair. The first installment is worth close to 20. Okay, so it seems like it's in multiple
Oh, so
installments.
is it like Eze's then? Because
Yeah, I
that's
think
like
so.
25, 30 mil a season, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's more encouraging,
Mm.
I guess. Um, bring out the PowerPoints. I mean, yeah, I mean, Fab's saying that, we're kind of presenting our project. Let's listen to this again a little bit.
These four clubs are all talking to Antoine Semenyo camp even today, all of them in constant contact, presenting their technical project, presenting their vision, presenting their financial proposals, and try to make it happen for one of the best players in Premier League this year. And so Semenyo case is absolutely heating up. Now, also with Chelsea added to the list, but the battle is more open than ever, with several clubs in. Don't underestimate all of them. The winner, probably, of this story is already Bournemouth, because Bournemouth at this stage.
So, did he mention Liverpool?
City in the race, United in the race, Chelsea calling, and Liverpool. What happened? Liverpool in November made contact to understand the structure of the release clause, £65 million, how many years to pay. So Liverpool wanted to understand the structure of the deal on player and club side. Then Liverpool didn't proceed so far, but the injury of Alexander Isak, who is going to be out for several months, could change their plans. So these four clubs are all talking to Antoine Semenyo camp even today, all of them.
Okay. So Liverpool also talking to his camp.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you reckon we're going to win this one, guys? I don't know. It's a. You know what? If he chooses us over City, United, and Liverpool, fair play. Honestly, fair play to Chelsea and the player. I mean, this is what we wanted a little bit more, isn't it, from our directors? We wanted us to go into battles. We wanted us to not just, oh look, there's a Brighton connection, there's an easy deal, there's a Joe Shields. This is a bit of a we actually have to fight and negotiate for once.
Mm.
So yeah, this is going to be interesting. Chelsea against three other big clubs, and some people will rule out Man United, but they still have Paul. They're Man United at the end of the day, and they probably pay a lot of wages. So
Basically, their pool will give you the most money.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Old Trafford, even though it's a shithole, but still,
It's just they got that United tax in it. Like they will always be United.
Like, surely he won't have that. Like, oh, I supported United growing up. Oh, this type of thing because he's from fucking Chelsea, so he's from London. Nizar latest tweet. What's happened? What's happened? Nizar. This is interesting because it could take days. It could take it's about Disassi. Roma expressed Disassi interest, but FIFA loan rules currently don't permit any temporary overseas moves. Okay, can we sell this guy for fuck's sake? Why can't we? Kind of annoying to be honest, but there we go. There was a link to some other club as well with the Sassy the other day. This is not a Win Stewart target. Surely one of the new guys pushing for better levels. To be honest, I think it's like just a everyone target. Like it makes sense, does it not? Like it's a unanimous, like he's Premier League proven sort of target. But yeah, I'm just gonna tweet out latest on Semenyo. Would he want Champions League football? Probably, yeah. That's what, good point actually. That's a really good point. Does that rule out Man United? It certainly should add an opportunity for us and the other clubs. The new Liverpool sporting director we have. True. There's not been said too much about him. Right. So Chelsea, Liverpool, City, and United are all in contact with Semenyo's camp, presenting their projects. Whose project is the best, guys? Whose project is the best? That is the question for Semenyo. That is the question. And I think we also in this Fab video have something about Anselmino. Let's have a look at this.
For Bournemouth, obviously financially is going to be a very good position to be. On a technical point of view, you're losing a fantastic player, but financially, once again, Bournemouth doing something very, very good. More to mention, guys, to answer some of your questions on several other players around Europe. Keep an eye on Anselmino. Aaron Anselmino, the centre-back from Chelsea, on loan to Borussia Dortmund, because it's true that Chelsea have a recall option into the contract of Aaron Anselmino. So at the moment, that's not the case, or that's not the process. But don't forget that Chelsea also have a recall clause into the contract of Aaron Anselmino. Anselmino is doing very well at Dortmund. I can tell you that Dortmund, in the recent weeks, November, December, they made some calls to try to understand if there was some way to try to agree a deal with Chelsea for 2026 to keep Anselmino at the club, but Chelsea said no. Chelsea are not going to make any decision on Anselmino now. Chelsea are very happy with his progress. Chelsea see Anselmino as a player who can be part of their long-term project, and so Chelsea are not deciding now in December if they want to sell the player to Dortmund in the summer. So at the moment, the situation is completely quiet. Chelsea very happy with the player. They have a recall clause. Otherwise, eventually the player will be back at Chelsea in the summer. But Chelsea very happy with the progress of this boy, and the loan to Borussia Dortmund was a very smart idea. Then, more to say in terms of talents around, guys. I wanted to mention two more. One is Franco Mastantuono. I don't know why I got so many questions about this, but some reports coming up.
So interested on Anselmino. He does seem like a good player, but he's also always injured, as GHYY46 says. He's been injured a lot for Dortmund, but he does seem like a decent player. He's someone that really likes defending. He's good on the ball. Obviously, he's smaller than most defenders, but he does look like a kind of really good talent, to be honest. So yeah, that's an interesting one. We've obviously got a lot of defenders already at the club, and you've got people like Sarr who might come in as well from Strasbourg. What's up, Zach? Good to see you, bro. I'm doing good. How are you doing, bro? Good to see you here. This is our first live stream on YouTube, Zach. So yeah, we're just getting used to things. But yeah, if you're new around here, or anyone's new around here, 300 people in the building. Subscribe to Chelsea Central and hit the post notifications. That will be much appreciated. And Con should be back soon in a minute. Liverpool were racist to Semenyo. It was one fan, bro. I think we got to be careful when we bring this sort of thing up. It was one fan. But yeah, obviously it wasn't good at all. But don't, like, it's not the whole club. They didn't they don't condone that sort of behaviour, Sell Badiashile, Disasi, Fofana, dreadful defenders. Fofana's a stretch, bro. I think Fofana's been one of our best players since he's come back, although he did make a couple of mistakes. Obviously the Newcastle one wasn't the best. He's lost his man in the box a couple of times aerially, but yeah, I would be happy to sell Badiashile, to be honest. I would be happy to sell Disasi, of course. The GOAT Disasi. How are you doing? Yes, bro, doing well. Do you have concerns with Semenyo and how Maresca used his wingers? A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Not like crazy, but a little bit. Just because I think this is what is the problem with Garnacho, with Neto, less so with Gittins, but still we don't see enough of Gittins' dribbling ability. Like, when you're a touchline winger, I don't doubt that Semenyo would be like, constantly go at the player at the fullback, but how good is he like dribbling in tight spaces? Or because he's so powerful, maybe he just, uses his P&P to get past players. I don't know. It's a difficult one. I just know he's very good at creating separation, which our other wingers, most of them aren't. And obviously he's got a great strike on him. Like, he can really finish. When he gets in a shooting position, there's not really many wingers in the Premier League that you would be confident enough to say 8.5 times out of 10 he's going to put that in the back of the net. And Semenyo is one of them. He's one of very few. So I see more positives than negatives. And let's not act like we don't just play like possession football. Obviously, that's the way Maresca plays and the way Maresca wants to play. But see how many games where it will just be like end to end, and we have them transition moments. Newcastle, prime example, right? Neto on the counter attack. He ain't messing up the pass like that. He ain't messing up the shot like Garnacho does. You know, like his final action is very good. So that's where I think he can add a different dimension. And I agree with the Chelsea brief in the Guardian in that case. He was cooking gusto. See, I actually missed the Bournemouth versus Chelsea game. But I heard, he made he forced Sanchez into a really good save, didn't he? And then I don't know how they didn't score the rebound. Did he score an offside goal as well? I think maybe.
I
he
think
might have
so.
done.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Look at Newcastle. Yeah, bro, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, exactly. Semenyo, Yildiz, or Ndiaye. Bro, I'll be real. Like, I'm a massive fan of Ndiaye. I think he's so good. I think he's so fucking good. I've not watched enough of Yildiz, but I know a lot of hype to him. But if I had to pick one, just based off what I've seen the most, Ndiaye, because he's also a 10 as well. Ndiaye is so good, man.
But that's the kind of names you want to be linked with, right? It's those three.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
Garnacho and Kittens.
For sure. But yeah, there's a tweet about Anselmino. Chelsea very happy with his progress. And then, all presenting the projects to Semenyo at the moment. Just waiting for the David Ornstein bomber at some point, in the near future. Exclusive Semenyo chooses ... Who's it going to be? We're not signing any of them. I tell you now, if we don't sign Semenyo and we leave it till the summer and Yildiz doesn't sign a contract, from what I've heard as well about how much they literally adore Yildiz, I'm almost certain we'd sign him if he actually did decide to leave Juve.
That's if he decides to leave, though, because he loves that club, doesn't
he? Yeah, he does. But saying that, I mean, they've been talking about contract for ages, and Juve don't have I'm interested to know what he wants because it always feels like he'll stay there, but it's still rumbling on. He's still not agreed anything. So, yeah.
Sorry about the constant pause on the camp, bro. These dogs are doing my head in today.
That's all right.
See, that's a good thing about playback when it's just audio. Like, I can sort them out. Here, I can't.
Yeah. Sky Lyle Thomas said he was going to make his decision yesterday. Then we popped up. That is true. And I mean, Fab mentioned Liverpool's interesting. Have they also now sort of come into the race? Guys, I wish I was a mind reader. I wish I knew what Semenyo valued the most. Does he value where he lives? Because some players really do. Does he value the money? Does he value, I don't know, the long-term projects? What does he value the most? That's the important thing here that we just don't know, unfortunately, yet.
No, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens now. So, what was he meant to make his decision yesterday?
There was a report in Sky Sports that he was gonna. Well, it was kind of leaked that he was expected to decide. Yesterday between the Manchester clubs, and then we've come in since.
Oh, fair.
No,
this isn't.
Also mentioned Liverpool.
Yeah, this isn't a Christmas jacket. It's a blanket. Where I've been ill, my temperature keeps fluctuating, so I don't know if I'm hot or cold. So instead of putting the heating on and then being boiling because for some reason my temperature's through the roof, just put a blanket on me instead.
Real lander. Semenyo values the London nightlife. Trust he'll come if we're serious.
I don't know if he does, because didn't he just get engaged?
I just love how Real Lander has the inside info for everything. Love it, bro.
No, I swear he just got engaged, to his partner.
I don't know. Not sure.
So,
what is our obsession with coming into deals like? That's like low-key true. I swear we just seem to do this a lot. Like,
because of the big O word, bro. Opportunity.
And hijack, because we do get them over the line. Imagine the PR, like, if we get Semenyo, like, Chelsea hijack bomber, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be everywhere. Oh, God.
Let's just hope it doesn't turn out like the last winger we hijacked in January.
Yeah, oh, God. Man, I'm so excited for Madrid. I was so excited, man. I got fooled.
What's going on with him? Because we haven't even heard about his length of his suspension or anything.
He's still provisionally suspended, right? But then I don't know. There's been nothing since to say it's going to be this length. Oh, fuck knows, mate. It's crazy. Honestly, mental. Apparently, there's a video from Ben Jacobs on talkSPORT about Semenyo. Let's try and find this. Simon Jordan. Don't want that. Videos. Don't go there. Okay, Ben Jacobs. Here we go.
Paul Hawksby and Tony Cascarino here on talkSPORT at 4 Adiola Depot, and Gabby Agbonlahor will bring you Drive Then Live football from 7 with Arsenal Palace, and the Sports Bar taking your calls, Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy at 10 after that match. We'll hear from some of the gaffers after 3:30. They've all been chatting to the press today. A mighty 12 press conferences, a very busy day, so they can all have a proper
inquiry for Antoine Semenyo, and that means that all of the big six clubs have actually had some contact, although Arsenal are kind of ruling themselves out in the winter market. And Chelsea's position is clear that if they move, it's bringing forward some...
Why is it copyrighted? Why is it copyrighted? Surely we can watch other YouTube, right? No? Audio only.
Yeah, YouTube's a weird one, bro. Like, even though technically things on YouTube are fair use, like they're very strict on what is copyright and what's not.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out after we end of the stream.
Paid in 3 installments, and now from Chelsea's point of view, they have to decide, is he the kind of attacker they need? Because the left is well stocked. Jamie Gittins, Alejandro Garnacho, technically Mikhailo Mudryk, Tyreek George and Giovanni Quenda arriving from Sporting in the summer. On the right-hand side, only really Pedro Neto. So if Esteval Willian is a 10, then maybe they feel there's room for Antoine Semenyo. But it is a surprise, and now we have to wait and see whether Chelsea's initial inquiry leads to anything more substantial.
What about the Egyptian Omar Marmoush?
Yeah.
Tottenham are reportedly having interest in him, the 26-year-old.
Okay, so is that all he said? I don't know. I think that's all he said on Semenyo. PR stunt. I mean, guys, I guess we'll find out, but just it's the way Chelsea work. I think they have some level of confidence that we can get him, because otherwise, why not just stay in the background? Why leak it to the media? You know what I mean?
That's true, because it only ends in embarrassment for us, right?
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. Esteval's a 10. True. No, yeah, we did mention that. There's certainly something long term. I mean, as Con said, even Maresca has said that before about long term. He's probably more of a 10. I don't agree with it. I think he's a winger, but there we go. It's certainly something to keep an eye on. What's needed more right now, Semenyo or a centre back? Probably a centre back, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. Our attack does cost us a lot of games as well, so it's more difficult than we think. Actually, that answer, to be honest.
See, the thing is, he says or a centre back. That could be a centre back who's not at the level. Knowing who these guys sign, who says it's not just some random shit guy.
Yeah,
whereas
exactly.
Semenyo is, we know who Semenyo is. You know what I mean? So what's
This
a
is
big
at least,
upgrade?
like,
You know?
Yeah, this is like decent opportunity at least. Like, he's a proven player.
Exactly.
You know, I
exactly.
don't want some like nonsense about, oh, we found this young centre back. We see that as an opportunity. Like, we have young centre backs. We have Anselmino and Sarr coming in, maybe in the summer. We don't need another one of them. Whereas this one signifies a little bit of a shift in what we usually do, what we usually target.
Are you a bit surprised because he's turning 26 soon?
Yeah. I'm a little bit surprised. I'm also happy, and what I really want it to happen, because again, he's Premier League proven. We don't usually go for this, so yeah. Leave Anselmino in Dortmund if we can get Schlotterbeck. I love Schlotterbeck. Yeah, he's really good, but I guess he'd cost an arm and a leg, to be honest.
How's it
And
been
don't
like with
Bayern really
injuries
want
though? With
I think
Schlotterbeck
they're
there.
both. Anselmino is bad as well.
Yeah, but like
Um,
when he's played this season, he's been really good, bro. It's just the injuries for him what's kind of letting him down. But in terms of performances, like he's been good.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. He has 1.5. Yes, I've seen. I think Bayern really want him as well.
Yeah, it's really hard to compete with Bayern for Bundesliga players, isn't it?
Especially because was it Upamecano might leave. So
Yeah, isn't he going to Real Madrid?
I'm not sure. I just keep seeing that he's wants a lot of money. So what's up, bro? How you doing? If we get Semenyo, it shows Maresca and the border back in him. No, I disagree. I mean, we could see that. We could easily see Iraola join Chelsea in the summer and then paint it as some sort of like, we signed Semenyo and now Iraola is here. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's tied to Maresca, to be
What I
honest.
would say, bro, if we did sign Semenyo, which for the record, I don't think we will, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. We need experience. I still don't understand how they're still employed. Well, they got new contracts now, mate, so they're not going anywhere. That's for sure. That's for sure. But yeah, 1 hour in the tank. Is there anything else you guys want to discuss before we end the live stream for today? It's gone really, really well. Appreciate everyone joining.
Yeah, I was really
Really, really
surprised
cool.
to see you
People.
live, bro, because just as a quick one, chat, Pies, obviously, we've both been a little bit nervous to try to do a live with like face cams and stuff. It's just a bit different, isn't it? And to see you just go live on your own, bro, super proud of you, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very different, but I thought there's probably no better time now, right? Everyone likes transfers, so yeah, good time to test the interactivity of all the features, like bringing them up. Like you guys can't see it, but I've got like a side panel of everything here, which is decent. So yeah.
And if you guys haven't already, sorry, could you like the stream because it does help because the algorithm and stuff on YouTube is very funny. So
yeah, like the stream and turn on post notifications. That'll be really good. But yeah, I think we'll end it here for today. Obviously, we'll probably we'll definitely do another live stream because this one's gone well. So yeah, and especially if we get a Semenyo outcome, and we'll into that. We just need reports to sort of react to. But appreciate everyone commenting. Appreciate the support. It's been a lot better than I thought. So yeah, thank you guys, especially those that have come over from playback as well. Good to see you all, and yeah, taking the feedback on board. I know you guys have. Well, a lot of you guys that are here have probably been some of the ones messaging me saying do live stream. So here we are, and yeah.
What's that comment supposed to say there?
Yeah.
Con, you look different to how you normally sound in a good way. What does that even mean?
Bro, people calling me cute, so I don't know, man.
Go on, Pies, you little cutie. He's even cute in real life as well. You just want to hug him, like squeeze him.
Oh my god. All right. See you guys later, man. Thanks for tuning in.